So guys, to kick things off, we're going to first hear from the Informa team, and they will jump into their bit right now, starting with Kelly. Thanks so much. Or Kelly.
Yeah, hey everybody. Can you hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, cool. Thank you everybody for joining. Welcome to our webinar, which is going to talk about our digital event. We're so excited to partner with NuORDER on our first digital event. They are so well known in the B2B marketplace platform industry, and so it felt like an absolute natural partnership for us. I'm Kelly Helfman. I'm the president of Magic, representing Informa Fashion Markets today, and we just want to kick it off by saying thank you for joining us. We're really excited to show you the features on this digital event. The features are incredible. The tools are very easy to use because we know that's a big concern for people who haven't used a platform like NuORDER before. So we're going to work through all of those today. We really feel that face-to-face events are key for our business. So that is never going away. But definitely we believe that moving forward, this is going to be a hybrid of digital and face-to-face. The digital is going to complement our physical events very much. So it allows buyers to discover brands prior to the show, interact during the show, and of course order after the show. So we're going to get into all of those different value propositions in a couple minutes when I pass it over to Olivia. The packages start at $1,995. So it's kind of a no-brainer if you think about if you just got 10 to 20 new leads and new stores, you're already getting your return on investment. So you're going to hopefully discover a lot of new customers in this process. It is our job for the 8 weeks that this is going to run. So it is running September 1st to November 1st. We as Informa are going to drive the buyers to this platform. We're going to promote each and every one of you through content, through marketing, omni-channel approach. So that's digital, social, email, and honestly calls as well. So we're expecting thousands and thousands of buyers on here. We're both contacting ones in our database that we have for Coterie, Project Magic, MICAM Americas, and Children's Club, as well as the buyers in NuORDER's database. So there is a lot of potential here. Just in the past week that our retail relations team has been reaching out to buyers to start beginning to discuss this event, getting them registered, we've already had a ton of interest. And I'm going to just name a few because we have so many different segments of the business. Buyers like Wendy Foster, Anthropology, A-Line, Denver, Skirt, ASOS, Zulily, City Trends, Finger Hut, TJ Maxx, ModCloth, San Diego, Boathouse, Urban Outfitters, Eastane, Rothmans, Very Shop, Showpo, Burlington, DSW, QVC, Martin Patrick 3, Ross, South Moon Under, Tags. Those are just a few that said, count me in. I am so excited to shop this. So we're having amazing feedback. We've also had hundreds and hundreds of brands already commit or contract to this platform. So the more, the better, because you also will have the ability to invite as a brand all of your buyers. So we will continue to feed this database with a lot of buyers so you all can get your ROI. So when this face-to-face business returns, I really look forward to also going through this digital platform with you and this exciting kind of future journey for us as Informa Fashion. I am going to now kick it off to Olivia Lyons from our marketing team, and she's going to go a little bit through the value proposition and what we're going to do as Informa in terms of marketing, content. There's going to be a ton of free education on the site for our retailers to incentivize them to come onto the platform as well, like trend reports that could be super expensive and so forth. So she's going to get a little bit into that. So I will pass it off to Olivia now.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
So my name is Olivia. I'm a senior marketing manager at Informa Markets Fashion. So we're going to start off by talking about why our digital trade event is different from all other digital trade events that you may have heard about or that you may be considering or that you may even be a part of already.
Hey, Olivia, so sorry to stop you. Can you just go into presentation mode so it's a little bit larger?
So I am right now. I don't know why it's not doing that.
Sorry, everybody, bear with us for 1 sec. We just want to make sure you can see this and it's large enough.
Okay, just hang on 1 second then.
Thank you. Also, if you have any questions throughout this, just please put it in the Q&A and we will either answer those live or we will have our team answering those throughout the presentation.
Sorry about that, everybody.
That's okay. We're getting there.
Okay, is that better now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so we're also going to review what we're bringing to the table with our partnership with NuORDER, who is a leading B2B e-commerce platform on the market. This partnership is bringing together an unmatched expertise in curation, marketing, content, and technology. As you may know, Informa Markets is the largest trade event organizer in the world and is the largest, most established organizer of fashion trade events in North America. With that said, our retailer and fashion buyer communities are not only well established, but they're also incredibly active and dynamic throughout the year. This digital event will bring some of our most well-known and trusted event brands to life in a digital location-free environment, which will allow our brand partners and buyers to connect and do business anytime, anywhere. NuORDER's digital platform and virtual showroom technology will take the ability to the next level by allowing us to create an easy-to-use, immersive, and engaging experience for all of our brands and buyers throughout this exciting 8-week event. Later on in this demo, you'll get to see NuORDER's technology in action, but I wanted to talk quickly about it now because there's tremendous value in this technology. The ability to truly customize your own digital showroom is an important part of attracting new retail partners, and it will strengthen your brand with other established brand partners. NuORDER's virtual showroom technology will allow you to upload videos, incorporate editorial imagery, create shoppable hotspots, utilize 360-degree images, and develop customizable links. Also, I'd like to point out that while you will have the opportunity to create a truly customized showroom, you can also keep your showroom as minimal as you'd like. You can use existing assets or assets from previous seasons to build out your own showroom. So nobody should feel intimidated by the examples we're showing here or later on in the demo. So now we'll just go over how we're going to help facilitate empowering discovery and connection within the digital event and within each marketplace. For starters, we're going to be organizing our digital marketplaces intuitively within the digital platform. Buyers will be able to choose which show they are more interested in shopping, whether that is, for example, Magic, where they can discover women's trend-focused brands and products, or whether they'd like to shop multiple or even all of the marketplaces. Once they're in a marketplace, we give buyers the option to shop by category or by all brands. So they will also have the opportunity to shop through curated themes and collections. Most importantly, we will be using a content-driven commercial model to power greater brand and product discovery within each market. Our original content and curated editorials will be key in helping you get in front of the right buyers and to help our retailers find unique products for exactly what they're looking for. Some of the content formats will include curated brand and product roundup themes, interviews with designers and brand spotlights, educational resources, and of-the-moment industry insights. And all of these, often, if not always, will be linked back to a featured brand showroom or product. We're also pushing the concept of content-driven commerce a step further by promoting our exclusive in-platform and in-marketplace content externally to drive retailers to engage with your brands within the platform. We will do this in a variety of ways. First, we'll tease content and select products via our social media channels that have a combined reach of over 250,000 followers. We will also use highly targeted digital advertising across channels like Google Ads, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, we will use strategically designed outbound emails focused not on mass emailing, but we will have a much more targeted and segmented approach, so we're getting the right buyers at the right time. These segments, for example, can be as simple as women's trend buyers or women's trend buyers who have told us that they're interested in a specific category or product type. And we'll even get more specific than that. So we can create segments for buyers who have placed orders with loungewear in the past through the digital platform, and we can really target them with that specific message. This segmentation approach will evolve throughout the event, and our team is fully focused on getting your brand in front of the right buyers to help you really make some meaningful connections. Finally, I just wanted to touch on the powerful benefits of the digital tools offered by the NuORDER platform. For many years, we've watched as the consumer shopping experience has progressively become more and more digital, but for some reason, B2B fashion commerce has not evolved at the same speed. We obviously know the power of in-person events and in-person connections, and we also know that fashion is a tactile business, and buyers want to feel fabrics and see samples with their own eyes. But we do believe that the future of fashion wholesale is truly a combination of both physical and digital events. Not just because physical is challenging at this time right now, but because we believe that this technology will truly help shape our industry and help us all thrive. The power of the technology and the digital tools will definitely help brands and retailers make more data-driven and informed decisions. So our goal with this partnership is not to just help the industry continue business at this time, but it's also to help our brand partners and our retail buyers run more profitable businesses in the long term. So we hope that through this demo with NuORDER, you can see the potential that we see for your businesses for this season and beyond. So from here, I'll let NuORDER take it over so that you can see everything in action.
Great, thank you for that, Olivia. And I think Eric wanted to share a couple things before we jump directly into the platform demo. Eric, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're excited to. I'm Eric Yulin. I'm VP of Business Development and Events there at NuORDER. We're super excited to partner with Informa on this. I think I may have met some of you, but I was the president of menswear at UBM Informa a couple of years ago. So it's happy to be back in this realm again. What we're going to show you, obviously, is the part two, more about the product, the service that we provide from a brand perspective, and all the capabilities that we have that you'll be able to use during this 8-week period. So with that, I'm going to give it over to Chris to go through it. And please keep on asking questions through the Q&A button down there, and we'll answer them as they come along.
Great, thank you for that, Eric. I'm just going to share my screen, and then Eric, if you can give me a thumbs up to make sure we can see it. Awesome, great. Hi, everyone. You heard my voice a little bit at the beginning of the webinar introducing everyone. I'm Chris, the Director of Education Services here at NuORDER. Really excited to partner with the Informa team to bring you this awesome service. We've been working with them over the past couple weeks to get everything prepared and to build the onboarding for the brands who are going to participate, and it's been a really exciting roller coaster, and we're really excited to finally show you the product and also include you in the party, really. So without further ado, I will jump into some of the really neat features of NuORDER that you will be using in the trade show period, and that your customers will be viewing when seeing your portal. So what we're looking at here on your screen is a NuORDER portal itself, and we're arriving at here is the home screen, the home page of your portal, and this kind of acts as the face of your brand and the face of your show. So we'll take a look here, and I'm going to scroll down here, and obviously what we're seeing is a very kind of designed, beautiful home page with all of these like image assets and video assets. So while this looks like a very beautiful and polished web page, you don't necessarily need web developer experience to design this. I always like to say, if you can add your profile picture to your Facebook or your Instagram, you can definitely create a NuORDER portal. All of these assets are drag and drop, and while we are going to look at some examples today of some really designed and invested material, but we have seen people create beautiful NuORDER portals just with the assets that they already have, whether they're images from their website or maybe images they've already used from other catalogs and other resources. So we take a peek here at what we're looking at. We have elements of navigation, we have runway videos, and again, this is all just templated, and it's all drag and drop. So we threw in a runway video because we had a runway video. If you don't have a runway video, it is not a requirement for this page. It's just something that we used to zazz it up. So whether you have images, video, or maybe you have a video of like designers speaking about the line, you really can add anything that you'd like to your home page to make it pop. You'll see here we're adding individual images of looks, and all of these elements that you're seeing on the home page can link out to different areas of your portal. So if I'm a buyer and I'm looking at these and I'm loving these looks, I could click on any one of these and maybe take me to those products where they live in NuORDER. Some other examples of things we see on home pages are like trend reports or sizing information. You'll see we have a lot of marketing kind of collateral here. It does seem like a lot of assets, but when I tell you that, you'll see this one looks very beautifully designed, I guarantee you we just took these images from a website, a partner website, and just popped them in here. We didn't go to like a big fancy studio with models and get everything brand new for this collection here. So I'm going to jump back up to the top here, and what I want to show you is that this homepage isn't your only platform. You can actually create sub pages that lead your customers on a journey to learn more about your product. So if I jump into our virtual showroom here, really all this is another page just like the home page that I've set up in the same way. I'll go into this little edit mode so you can kind of see what it looks like for when you would be building this portal. All of these elements, as I mentioned before, are just drag and drop. So these are just images that I have saved on my desktop that I've gone ahead and dragged in here. And then NuORDER helps me kind of decide, how much of the screen do I want it to take up? Do I want to add some text? Do I want it to link to something? We have some options here. So if we scroll down, we added some video. We've even added some looks here at a glance, and all of these are shoppable. And then a really cool thing that can be done in NuORDER is the ability to shop these looks or shop these images directly. So what we see folks doing is maybe putting images of their showroom, or even if it's just an image of the rack. Again, it doesn't need to be a beautiful, very expensive studio photo of your showroom. You could just have a picture of a rack like you kind of see here in the back. But what you want to be able to give your customers is the ability to see that and then learn more about that item just like they would in your showroom. So you can create these hotspots that allow you to actually shop these products. We didn't link any here, but I'll show you one on the next page where we have put some of these. And then again, the concept of sub pages is that in this case, we could put shop by delivery. So if we wanted to learn more about what would be available in the January delivery, again, these are just suggestions and ideas. You can always create this in the way that works best for your brand. And then we'll take a look at these kind of looks down here so you can see what that shopping the look kind of looks and feels like. Just recently, we've added the ability to include 360 photography. And so these sets can be added to NuORDER so that your customers can get a better feel for how the image looks, or the garment looks, one on a model, and two from all angles. And one thing I want to point out about 360, because it's always like very exciting when you see that you can add these 360 images. It's really, the use of these is taking our industry by storm. But if you don't have 360 photography handy, it's not a requirement for your portal. You can still make a very beautiful portal with the images that you already have, or lifestyle images, videos, things like that. One thing I will say, yeah, go ahead. I think Eric, you're probably going to say exactly what I was going to point out.
No, I was going to say something else as well. Like if you can start out with one set of images and you can actually update it during the time period of the show because it's instantaneous. So it doesn't mean like you're not invested in one look. If you feel like you want to change it up, you can do that during the time period of those 8 weeks of the show.
Yeah, you're not locked in by any means. You can, this essentially, once this is in your hands and you have your admin hands on your portal, you are the designer, you are the controller. You can move and edit these things as you see fit. And then the thing I was going to mention about 360, which I thought is where your head and Eric was, if you want to, if you're just loving the idea of 360, but you don't have these assets handy and you're not sure where to start, well, one, you can create these things in-house, and we've provided some content for that in our knowledge base that helps you figure out how to do that. Or if you need some help with that, NuORDER has curated a network of photographers and designers to help our customers with this. So if you're interested in that, reach out to, you can talk to your sales rep at Informa, and they will connect you to the right people at NuORDER to get that set up for you. And so we'll continue down here, and you'll see we can even add products that you can even add to cart or favorite right here from your homepage. And keep in mind, we haven't even jumped into where I can add things to my cart and actually shop. This is all, you have creativity over this part of the portal. No two portals are exactly the same. You have the ability to add these and drag and drop as necessary. And I keep saying how easy this is and that it's drag and drop, but I really do mean it. If I had the images ready to go in a folder somewhere and I had my product data, I really could get my portal filled with products and images, within an hour. And if you were really going to say, I have all of these assets ready to go, I'm going to sit down and just take care of this over in an afternoon, you really could do that. Though I would say the more challenging part is just gathering all your assets and making sure it's all ready to go. I'm going to click this edit button here so you can see really what I mean by how easy this is. We can see all the assets that have already been added. And like I mentioned before, we can do a little reorganization by dragging and dropping. But if I jump down here to the very bottom, all of these are what we call widgets. So I just continue to add widgets, and NuORDER will offer me up some design ideas of whether I want 4 products across, or a video and an image, or an image and text, or video and text. You have all of these kind of templated versions. Or if you just want one of those individual elements, so maybe I just want to add 1 image, 1 video, 1 360. You have all the options in the world, and no matter which of these I choose, it is just a file that I'm going to drag from my desktop and drag it in here. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of edit mode real quick, because I do want to talk about a little bit about your line sheets as well. So one of the main things that our home page does is link your customers to the different line sheets or catalogs or line lists, whatever your brand calls them, in order for your customers to see a smaller subset of your product mix. So they can navigate to those directly here from the home page. They can also do so from the left side navigation. We'll go ahead and jump into one of these line sheets directly from here. And then you'll see within these line sheets, you also have some creative control. You can add the headers, add this hero image up here, but you can also organize your line sheet by text headers. So you can subdivide, make it easy to navigate. You can also add things like image headers in here. To really make this line sheet pop. And then you also have the ability to download this line sheet into a PDF, kind of more pretty catalog version, hard paper catalog that you might have been used to seeing in the old school days. But you can absolutely do that directly from NuORDER. And then Eric, remind me, do we want to also maybe add some things to cart and look at completing an order?
That would make sense, yes.
Yeah, okay, great. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, great. So then let's talk about kind of shopping this line sheet, which can be done in several ways, whether you're walking your buyer through your portal and kind of using it as a presentation tool, or whether your buyer is shopping on their own. You could browse these line sheets and then most importantly, make selections that are meaningful for your customers. So if you were shopping with them, you could add things quickly to your cart using these cart icons. You can add things in bulk by checking our boxes here. So maybe you know that this buyer wants everything you got in shoes off this catalog. I can add those to my order up here as well. And so again, this is a e-commerce experience that hopefully you're familiar with. It's like we're trying to put this kind of web-based e-commerce experience in front of your wholesale customers in an experience that they're familiar with, so it doesn't take a lot of getting up off the ground and running to learn how to use this. Although we will be providing retailer training course, we'll be providing webinars, and also our knowledge base will have tons of resources for them. Like I said, it's not that complicated on either side, whether you're a brand or a retailer, but we want to make sure we have the resources to help you out should you get stuck. So we've added some items to our cart. I want to point out that Up here at the top right, again, like that familiar e-commerce experience, we're seeing our item count increase, but we're not seeing the dollar amount. That's okay. That's just because we haven't selected our sizes and quantities. But I can jump into that cart, and what's going to happen is NuORDER is going to start creating our working order. And we'll let that catch up to my Wi-Fi. And essentially what your working order is this is your order. You'll need to fill in crucial elements like the company, the buyer, the sales rep. You'll have the opportunity to confirm the items that are in an order, also set the quantities and the pricing for these. So you'll see here I've set some of these quantities already, but you can come in here and set them as you see fit. You can also, make this quick and apply sizes to similar size runs. Again, everything in NuORDER is to take away, the burden and make it as simple and streamlined for you, especially during this, 8-week period. We want you to benefit from the platform as much as possible during that time span. So we've made it as streamlined as possible. So once we've selected all of our quantities, we have the opportunity to review our order. Again, making things as simple as possible. That NuORDER is yelling at me to let me know that I haven't completed portions of my order. So this prevents, submitting things with missing information or things that might error. In this case, I haven't put the retailer that I'm shopping for, or haven't selected my my quantities. So NuORDER will yell at me to let me know that that's going okay. Going back to line sheets here, you have also the ability to use NuORDER as a communication tool. So if you want to reach out to these brands that either you're already connected with or brands that you're newly connected with, you can add send these line sheets to them. You'll notice up here we have send, and we have some options to manipulate the dates and to add the contacts and to add the message and to actually send this out via NuORDER. And all of it gets recorded as a campaign, which you can see, did they open it? Did they click the link that you sent them? And ultimately, did they complete an order? So those are taken care of here in NuORDER under campaigns. And then a common question when it comes to NuORDER, and part of the big part of why you're going to be using this is connections. So if I jump over here and jump into contacts, I want to point out that you have the ability to upload all of your buyer information that you currently have. So maybe this takes kind of like 3 forms. One is, you'll upload your current customers you're going to be dealing with during this market phase. 2, you upload maybe your buyer information for your prospective buyers, people that you want to reach out and try and market to during this market phase. And then 3, of course, the folks that are going to be connecting with you via this online trade show. And so all of those can be managed here. If you need to add individual companies or buyers, you can do that right here. But when it comes to connection, if you hover over contacts and go to connection requests, I'm not live in the trade show yet, so no connections for me. But this is where you'll come to see all those folks who have found your brand, want to connect with you, and then you can approve those connections and kind of add them to your contact pool right from here.
And to add there, should you choose not to connect with somebody, it's not that they won't receive a rejection letter, they just won't get a letter at all to say, or an email to say that they're connected with you.
Yeah, great point, great call out there. So we've covered a good part of the product demo. I know we've had some questions come through. Eric, is there anything else we want to show before we jump to questions? Feel free to guide me.
There's a question on inventory and MOQs. So if we talk about inventory first, you can upload inventory through Excel spreadsheets that'll populate the styles you have, which will be obviously for in season or any kind of immediates that you probably will be selling during the season. That's important. There'll be something you will be able to upload on daily if that's what you want to do, to make sure you can offer the current inventory for you.
Awesome.
And they also want to know if the connections remain private.
They do.
Great. What about, are you able to set a minimum order quantity per style for each order by style?
Yes. You're able to set that. I mean, as a kind of what it's really kind of also looking at like what your minimum order, like order values are as well. Like how much is the minimum order? Let's say it's like, 5,000 or 10,000, whatever you put there as well. But you can do that too.
Yeah, and now that we're like asking about specific features, it's important to remind everyone that upon participating in this program, you'll get access to our online web-based training. And it's, if you've ever taken an online web-based course, it's familiar to you. It's a combination of videos, articles, FAQs, but ultimately it's an action timeline to help you do all the things that we think will, one, get your NuORDER portal up and running, and two, make it the best portal that it can be.
And so for everybody that's interested in potentially taking part in this platform, we are asking that you get contracted in the next couple weeks, because we will be starting that onboarding process as soon as August 3rd. In the meantime, if you contract, let's say, within the next few days, we will provide you some information on what you could do to get your assets ready, so you could start August 3rd uploading and the onboarding process to make it that much more easier.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kelly. The course itself, I think, will start around August 3rd, but we do have documentation to help you prepare. And I think I mentioned it earlier, it's like the more you prepare, before you actually start building your portal, the quicker it will go. If I had a folder on my desktop that said NuORDER product data and images, and I knew that everything in there was ready to go, I could get my portal up and running really in an hour, couple hours, depending on how much time I was willing to set aside and spend on it. You could get your portal up and running in an afternoon.
We have a lot of questions coming in about accessories or jewelry. If you have any examples, that would be helpful. If not, we can do that during curriculum.
Yeah, let me see if I have one handy. We will definitely show, there will be plenty of examples from different verticals in the onboarding training that you'll have. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have one handy, but we'll include definitely in the course.
Okay, and those who are asking, it's a potential that you can speak to your Informa fashion sales rep, and they have super users that potentially could show you as well if that's a make or break. But you guys have tons of accessories companies right on the platform, both footwear and jewelry, handbags, and so forth.
I can show you just a quick example, and like I hesitate just a little to show, but because it's not really like a complete and pretty portal. But you'll see that this is kind of like the shoppable, like the shopping like products page of an accessory brand. Although I don't have the home page to share with you, you can kind of see how well these products can be shown in NuORDER. And if we take a closer look, it's like just as detailed and just as gorgeous as when we're looking at maybe ready to wear women's or men's fashion.
Chris, did we show also the order section, what they look like, so you can pull up an order? Do we have that?
Oh, great question. Yeah.
I think just seeing, then also showing also when you print it to PDF or something, like what the download options is a helpful thing. That's a question here too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me navigate back to our portal here, and we'll jump into the orders section of our sidebar navigation. We'll jump into there. And then this is where you're going to get that list view kind of just timeline of all of the orders that have been placed in a NuORDER. And then here, if you have a draft, you can come back and edit it. You'll see we have some actions over here at the side where you can edit the order, but you also have the ability to download it as an Excel, or the product data Excel, different views. You can download it to show the allocation summary, so kind of where is the money being spent by category or any of those other attributes. So you can download, you can edit, and all of that. All of that you can do for line sheets, you can do here for orders as well, pretty much.
I'd like to take this opportunity to answer a question about marketing. Somebody asked, which is a great question, are there marketing opportunities to pay to play, or is that all included in your package? So what's included in your package in terms of marketing and content is that we will absolutely be highlighting everybody on the platform through a piece, whether that's editorial content, on a trend feature, what's new emails, and so forth. But if you want additional exposure, so let's say web banner ads or additional sponsored content on top of what the package includes, we absolutely will have opportunities that you can upgrade for and pay extra to get that visibility. And we are working on that right now and should have that probably by mid to next week. So you can work with your sales rep and they will get you those additional opportunities.
Thanks for that. Real quick, I did spy a quick question about seeing an example of the download of a line sheet. This is an example. Again, yours may look different because of your products are probably much more interesting and beautiful than these ones. And all of your lifestyle photos and heroes are probably more interesting. But this is kind of an example of what the download looks like. But you can zazz this up with headers, image headers, changing your hero. And you also, when you download a PDF of your line sheet, you have some ability to choose the format a bit. So you can kind of, there's a little bit of creative control there where it's like, do I want 4 products across, 8 products across? Do I want these products to have 2 images per piece? And then you can download as many PDFs as you like until you nail the one that looks best for you.
Another question I think that would be interesting to see is also on the admin part in terms of how like the upload of data, like if you look at this like from inventory to that part, like where that goes, the drag and drop feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. The drag and drop. I know I've said drag and drop a million times today, but even the uploading of your data, which kind of sometimes seems like the scary portion of creating a portal, is also just drag and drop. You folks or whoever is going to be the admin during your trade show period will have access to brand admin. And this is where you can get behind the scenes and set a lot of, turn on a lot of cool things, upload your data. This is the portion that we'll heavily walk you through in your online course. We'll focus primarily on data, as Eric was mentioning. So things like your company and your buyer data, again, these just take the place, these take the form of just a spreadsheet with your buyer data, and we provide you the template to fill out. All you got to do is fill in the blanks and then drag and drop. I wish I could scroll and show you more to this page, but there really isn't any more to it. If you have your buyer data filled into the spreadsheet, you just drag it and drop it right in here, and then bang, it's in NuORDER. And then the same goes for some of the more crucial data points, like your product data. Probably one of the first things you'll be asked to prepare in your online course. And again, even this is just a drag and drop. Whether you are downloading your spreadsheet to make edits or you're uploading net new products to NuORDER, it's just a drag and drop process. But in the course, we'll go through the best practices for filling out that template to make sure you have everything that you need. And then, so Eric, are you checking for questions here?
Yes, I am. I'm looking at there's yeah, let's see here.
I'll jump in and answer one that I see here while you're looking for one. When will we have access to the back end to start designing and uploading? As soon as you get access to your onboarding course, which will walk you through all of that good stuff. And that will begin August 3rd. But as Kelly mentioned, I believe as soon as you get contracts in, we'll provide you with the resources we've already made available to help you gather all your materials. And like I said, that legwork is probably more challenging than I would say even putting it into NuORDER. So the more prepared you are, the quicker your onboarding will go.
One question also, just to clarify, for people who are having technical problems with this presentation, we'll send out a link to this webinar so you can get it afterwards too if you can't hear for any reason right now. And in terms of the buyer privacy, I think we've answered that before, but it's your private information, that part, like whoever you're dealing with.
And there's a question, will we be able to add a link to our website from the NuORDER platform?
Great question. So Going back to the design of your home pages and your sub pages, and I talked a little bit about widgets, right? So you can add images and videos. All of those widgets can be linked, and very frequently people link them to other places in their NuORDER portal, so like maybe a line sheet or something. But you can also have these widgets link out to anything that you'd like. So if maybe you wanted to link out to your website for an About Us section, I would just keep in mind some of like the e-commerce 101, like how often do you want to direct people away from the place where they, they spend the money, but just keep that in mind. But we have seen people, add widgets that lead to marketing collateral. I would just maybe don't overdo it.
One question that keeps coming up too, at the end of the 8 weeks, just so you know, like we'll be giving you instructions for how to download all the information that you need should you not choose to continue on NuORDER. There'll also be an incentive offer kind of sent out to participants as well, just so you know. But it's like, it's not going to just go away. You'll have ample opportunity. It's very easy to download as well. I think if you, as you saw from Chris's demonstration, there's exports in different formats, whether that's PDF or Excel. So you'll have all that from both like the buyer data to your order data, just so you know. It'll save you product data if you want that too.
Yeah, even if you need to like draft an order in NuORDER and then maybe export it as an order form, you can do that. You can even fill out that said order form and then re-upload it into NuORDER. We don't want to make it tricky for you to get information in and out of NuORDER. And
there's no limit on the number of products, just so you know, like in terms of what you can have on there.
Yeah, and even
so I'll take a. Oops.
No, I was going to say even
Sorry,
the volume of products wouldn't even really slow you down all that much. I mean, you might get the little status bar, but I haven't seen anyone overdo it yet with products.
So Michael had a great question. He answered, why is this event 8 weeks as opposed to just 3 days, which the physical events are? And that's because, it takes a while to wrap your head around it, but the physical event is very different from a digital event. They do have similarities and they do have differences. We feel that there are a lot of different ways and deliveries for buying. So you're going to be able to put in the different deliveries and the buyers could sort by that. So some might be immediates, some to fill specific inventory, some might be resort or spring summer 2021. Some people are even looking into drop shipping and our buyers will be able to sort through that as well. So we want to make sure that we're providing a lot of value for everybody, all of our brands and our buyers. They can go on 24/7 anywhere around the world and do business and order right and fill inventory on immediates as needed. This is a great way also for our brands that have inventory to move some of that, and you can control the pricing. They are going to take the time to do some discovery, have education, seminars, trend reports. So this is really an ongoing process for discovery and filling those gaps in their stores as well. The digital world is different. At a physical show, everybody comes in and we push those buyers for the 3 days. We are going to be pushing buyers to this platform for 8 weeks. We do anticipate some people not being ready to open up by September 1st, their digital profile. So as more brands become onboarded, we will go ahead and highlight those brands as well. And it's just a really good value for $2,000. We suspect, from reaching out to all the buyers in our base and NuORDERs to drive, we do think that we're going to have an ongoing amount of engagement within this platform for everybody. And you too will be able to invite your buyer list as well. So, and somebody also asked, no problem, somebody also asked, how many buyers are you expecting for Children's Club? So all of the Children's Club buyers that we have in our base, which is kind of what you can expect from the physical event, in addition to all of our new lead buyers. Also, NuORDER has a ton of kids. We are going to be absolutely driving them all to this platform. So especially with our recent announcements around the physical events, this is going to be the opportunity for them to do their buying. So we have a pretty hefty database around children's stores. We also have a lot of crossover stores that are women's that buy kids, and so once the buyer is inside the platform, they will be able to jump around. So if they want to check out kids, you could absolutely search that by product type. We have had a lot of questions about the buyer experience and what that's going to look like. And if we did have more time, we would try to get into some of that. But we will, during the onboarding, start engaging you more in the buyer journey. We are going to make sure to educate our buyers, for those that might not feel comfortable, how to search this and use this platform and discover and get all of the value that we're offering around content. So that is to come, but they can absolutely jump around. They could search by product, they could search by price point, they could search by deliveries. You can do, levels of distribution, gender, and so forth.
Kelly, can you revisit the pricing part to kind of, there's been some question on that, like the pricing for the service, so you can go through what the different options are?
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully everybody has spoken to their Informa fashion rep regarding pricing. The most basic package is $1,995. And what that includes is one brand profile. And on that brand profile, you can have as many line sheets as you want and create all that section off. If you have multiple brands and you don't want to list them all under one profile, we really suggest you then purchase one profile per brand. So let's say I have Kelly Helfman Junior's brand and Kelly Helfman Men's brand, and I don't want those to just live under Kelly Helfman, and I want them to be promoted separately, then I would choose to have two separate ones for $19.95 under Kelly Helfman Junior's and Kelly Helfman Men's. Now, if you're fine having just Kelly Helfman promoted to all the buyers, and then once you drive them to that profile, under it has the juniors line sheet and then it has the men's line sheet, then that's fine, just take one. We've gotten a lot of questions around showrooms. That gets a little complicated, we realize that, but definitely your sales reps can walk you through that and how that works, and so can our Informa team. So then when you start at that basic package at $19.95, you are getting that profile marketed to one marketplace. And how our journey is going to really be set up is by our hero brands in Informa Fashion. So buyers are going to register primarily for what they normally shop, which might be the Coterie Marketplace digital event, or the Magic digital event, Project being primarily men's, Children's Club, or MICAM Americas, which is primarily footwear. And so that's how you will get marketed to those different buyers who primarily shop. But again, it's all about the marketing and the content. That's what you're really paying for, because we're going to continuously drive people to your platform the same way we would help drive people to your booth at a physical trade show. And then you also can do your own inviting, right, and promotion. I hope that helps. So there's 3 different levels. They go up to about 5,500, I believe, and that's just includes more visibility. As the buyers get in there, you'll be discovered more and more and marketed more and more if you continue to go up. So you can be, all over the footwear one and all over kids. If you kind of cross over on multiple shows, that would definitely be something to think about and talk to your rep about. We have about just 8 more minutes. So if anybody has last minute questions, please ask those now before we wrap up. I want to make sure we get to as many as possible. So, and just so everybody knows, if you're already on the NuORDER platform, we're also, you already work with NuORDER before we launch this digital event, you will get an additional discount, which your sales rep can go over. So that's a great incentive as well. Okay, a couple more questions coming in. Are buyers vetted? Absolutely. It's just like our physical show. We have a lot of criteria that we ask for. If they've already been to our physical shows, they've already been vetted, so we don't have to go through that process again. But if they are true new, we will vet them the same way we typically do for the physical show. We have a specific criteria and things we ask from them, so you will get qualified buyers, and then it will be up to you on your privacy settings how you want them to be able to have visibility into your showroom or your online platform and engage with you. You can be much more open, you can be much more private, but you definitely have to be the one to accept them in, which is great. You also will be vetting them. We will vet them to make sure they're a true retailer, and then you can vet them before you engage with them if you like. Okay, a few more questions coming in. So how many buyers have committed on attending? So we just rolled this out to you, the brands, and we've been starting to talk. Our retail relations team as well as our buyer service center have been starting to call people probably the last week and a half. So we're actually making calls to explain the value proposition here for them and how we're going to be doing business. We've just started announcing the marketing of it alongside the physical events. So we've had incredible feedback. We don't have the numbers, but the registrations are going up every single day. They really are excited about this. They like the fact that they can just hop on any time within the 8 weeks to shop, and all the different value that they're going to have around the editorial content, the suggestions we're giving, the trend reports, and so forth, and the education component. So it's kind of a no-brainer. A lot of the stores that, their budgets are being cut, this is something that they absolutely want to participate in at all levels and genders across the board. So Chris or Eric, do you want to talk about the 24-hour technical support, the chat?
Chris, you're on mute.
I can.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a 24-hour chat that NuORDER has. If any time, there's only 4 hours, I think, that it won't be live on that chat. So for the most part, if you ever need help, you can hit up the chat. They have a customer service number. They have an email, and they're absolutely there for you. The curriculum, I'm telling you, is very easy. And I think you're going to be really impressed with how easy it is in the onboarding. Once your assets are ready, you will have a lot. But as those questions come up, absolutely. Chat, email, phone, we're all there for you. Because we realize this is new for some people. We want to make sure you feel comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
Okay, just a couple more minutes if we have any others that we can address. So would a men's underwear and personal care brand be a good fit for this? I'll answer that one live. That's fun. Yes, absolutely. We have a whole men's section. It's going to be under project, and it's where any men's product will live. And so like the physical events, we absolutely have both those products, whether it's grooming, beauty, undergarments, and so forth at the show. So we will have we will be able to provide a platform for you, absolutely. And then the search, they can search by that product as well. So men's will have a search area for grooming, underwear, and so forth. It's almost like shopping a retail website. So it lists all the products, the level of distribution, the gender, and so forth. It's very easy to use for the buyer. Okay. Chris, Eric, anything else you want to touch base on the technical questions, or?
I think we are pretty good for now.
We are good, yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that I will say is from the education standpoint, I can vouch that Kelly has mentioned that it's going to be very easy, and yes, it is. And then we also have like education support as well. So if you run into any jams with the onboarding course, you can reach out for help. And other than that, I'm just really excited to partnering with you folks, and also partnering with Informa to bring you this awesome service. It's a few weeks in the making, and we've done so much to get it off the ground, and we're just so excited to bring it in front of you, and we're really excited to start in August.
Yeah, so if you have any additional questions that we didn't answer here, or you were too shy to answer, please feel free to contact your sales rep at Informa. We're happy to walk through this with you to make sure you feel comfortable with signing up. And then we're excited to work with you, onboard you, and get you some new business. So we look forward to it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for joining.